What's up everyone, this is Scher talking and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I want to talk about SaGa Frontier 2 Remastered. I have been playing this game on my recent live streams and I just beat it yesterday, so I'm here today to tell you everything I want about this game. And starting from start, this remaster is actually a work of love and commitment by Square Enix and the team behind the remaster, that's a third party. But I love this version of the game. They just expanded it in all ways possible to make it look better, modernize it, and even fix some of the issues with the original. Stuff related to timelines that were a little confusing, they added cutscenes to explain a lot of things better. Well, I can click here on New Game Plus, it won't be that bad because this will help you understand how the timeline works now. The game also asks you if you want to include new content, and of course you should because it really expands. I'm using New Game Plus so you can inherit a lot of things from your past save. Some items won't be able to be transferred, but you can get them again, and you can start over. This game now has a lot of quality of life features that makes this game much better. Like increased speed, there is a new HUD. They also implemented the Digger system that comes from Pocket Station. It was never released on the US. I never found some of these jiggers. I don't know what I did wrong. I'll probably be able to find it when I play the second time. And well, this helps you get a head start in the game, but it's not really required or anything. You just send characters to expeditions, kind of like Romancing SaGa Universe, and they come back with some items that can be, well, between bad, average, and there is a very good weapon as well. Well, now you can see the timelines, and the red ones are based on Gustave point of view, and also the lineages that appear after Gustave. There's the green-blue one that's based on Will point of view, and all the lineages after him. So it's pretty easy to understand what's happening between the characters and when their path interconnect and all. So I think I will just show you Will Departure or Desert Megalith. I think Desert Megalith is easier because this will allow you to see how the graphics are improved. Well, they did upscale via AI the background image, and this works like 95% of the time. There are some pictures that could have been better treated. Maybe they needed some retouch, and it's just here and there. It didn't bug me at all. They kept the 2D sprites of all the characters, and that is awesome because they were probably one of the best 2D sprites from the PS1 era. So the boxes are also amazingly done, the text boxes that is. I like the font they chose, it's pretty high definition. Most of the menus are also way well developed and makes all sense. There are some menus that were actually thought about the mobile version of the game, and you can even remove them from appearing on the screen, and it's something I did. So, well, this is a very interesting point of the start of the story with Will Knights, where you get to know what happened to his father and his mother. And it's actually the second chapter of Will. It's, I don't know if it should be considered a spoiler, but treat as you will. And, well, now you can see some more information about everything that happens, especially close to the end of the game. Some people complaining about the fate of some characters, they will explain, and there's even more content after you beat the game. So it's kind of like a definitive idea of what could have been of SaGa Frontier 2 if they had more time, if they had, you know, a future perspective of helping you grind because of the increased speed. Look at how good this background looks. It doesn't look bad at all. So you can go to Westia here. Let's recruit some of our characters. Yup. So you can see this background image is also pretty well done. Really well done. they had in upscaled the 2D sprites, they would not be so great anymore. I know some people hated what they did with Tactics Ogre Reborn, and because of that I believe they decided to stay with this. But these 2D sprites are better than Tactics Ogre ever was. Tactics Ogre was originally a SNES game. This was originally a PS1 game, so there are more pixel count on the screen. And you see we got these characters. Now we'll be going to a dungeon. It's easy to go because it's the first NPC that you talk to. It's also very nice that this game is pretty direct. It doesn't have that many NPCs, everything happens pretty fast. Sometimes it's just about story. And you can see here that the background image is upscaled, but the images for the enemies is still the same. Some boss fights are better because they redrawn and added more pixel count to enemies. I'll be using the skills I have equipped here, but I don't have that many because I think I only equipped all of my characters indeed. I didn't equip them as soon as I beat the game. But here it's 1 time speed. You can increase to 2 times, that's 2 times, and then you can increase to 3 times right from the start, and it really makes everything so much faster. This game does have a ton of grind, and actually it's something that you'll be doing closer to the end. There are some really tough boss fights in this game, and also eventually you start to see bosses that will be much harder than what you were doing at the point. The difficulty spike is kind of crazy sometimes. I remember having difficulty killing some enemies around midway, but then when you get to the end you have so many tools that you actually can use to exploit the game. This game is also much easier than the original because of a system that was added here. It's the inheritance system, and because you play with too many different characters in this game, you actually train them a lot, so it kind of feels like a waste that they are gone and never to see again. But then you can use this parameter inheritance. This new feature helps a ton because you can get a character that you use it. For example, I use a Label a lot. If I'm not mistaken, it's half of what you leveled up with Label will be added to the character that you want. In this case, I'm using Nina. Okay, so Nina is proficient with spells, but not with any other weapon. Some characters that you train will be more useful for this in the future, so it never feels like you wasted time in this game. There are new characters as well. I will not be showing you. We can now scrap items inside the menu, and that helps because the inventory is limited. And by scrapping you get chips. With chips you can get some special items as well. And as you can see, the HUD is really well done. You can also just decide to stop any event and click on event selection, but all progress is lost. There is a new feature that shows you what happens between the timelines, and you can read it all. See? There's also this button you can press. It's I on the Nintendo Switch or Square on PlayStation, where you can see the party status before you enter stuff. But there's also equipment retrieval. All the other options are not available when you are playing for the first time, but equipment retrieval is. So before you start any new adventure, you can just remove everything from any character, and that helps a ton because sometimes you left your best weapon with a character that will not appear on the storyline again. So all in all, this is the definitive version of the game, and it's one of the best remaster I have ever seen. I got a little emotional playing this game on live streams because it's my favorite of mine. It still has some issues for those that don't like the structure, like where you play episodes and it's not open world like most SaGa games, but it's a work of art. All the 2D art is amazing. It's one of the best soundtracks ever. So if you are a SaGa fan, give this game a chance. Even if you are not a fan of the original release, this game fixes a ton of the issues with the original release. And there's a lot of post-game content if you like it too. It's just 30 USD compared to some other games that were way more costlier when released. Well, I guess that's my opinion about it. What do you think of it? Have you played it so far? Say here on the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this. Subscribe if you haven't, click the like button, and I hope to see you soon in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.